Enjoy yourself.
My name is Willie Gary, and I was born in Georgia, uh, to sharecroppers. My parents moved to South Florida when I was just a kid, 1947. So I've lived all my life in Florida and worked in the sugarcane fields of South Florida as a child, as a kid, growing up. And of course, we worked in the orange groves. My daddy used to work and have a crew that harvest cabbages, watermelons, you name it. So I'm a farming boy. I always say that when I'm trying a case. I'm a farm boy from a little town in South Florida called Indiantown, Florida. That's where I was raised. That's where I grew up. And of course, to parents that didn't have an education, but they instilled in us to be all that we could be, to stay in school. And it was 11 of us, born in a little shack about the size of a three-car garage. But I say to kids every day, you know, uh, where you came from doesn't control where you are going. You know, you got to want to be somebody. The deck may be stacked against you, but if you really want to be somebody, if you're really willing to work hard and pay the price, you can be whatever you want to be. I wanted to be a lawyer. I was dreaming. And that was were big dreams for me because I was a farm boy. From the clay hills of Georgia to the sugar cane fields of South Florida. And I wasn't supposed to make it. I wasn't supposed to be a lawyer. I wasn't supposed to even get out of high school or go to college. But fought the odds, and they were sometimes seemed like they were insurmountable odds. But young people, I didn't let it turn me around. I didn't let it get me down because I just believed that if you really set your goals and you want to be something, you can do it. It's not easy. And of course, I got a chance to go to school and become a lawyer, and God blessed us. We just last year got one of the largest verdicts in the history of the country, $23.6 billion. And people say, "Well, how do you feel?" I said, "All I could think about was my daddy, who's not with me now." But I said, if he could see me now, because it was my daddy that inspired me, and because we sold watermelons out the back of a truck together to keep the family going. And I said, if he could see me now, you know what I mean, getting the Trial Lawyer of the Year award or the runner-up, however it was, for the largest verdict, and it is the largest verdict for a wrongful death case in the history of this country, in the history of America, and probably the world, really. So, it's just an indication. My story is an indication of what you can do if you believe you can, and if you have a desire and a refuse to be denied attitude. You can be whatever you want it to be. But this doesn't have to be, based on me being an attorney. All that God has blessed us with, the success and all of that. I was looking at one of my old books from undergrad in college at Shaw, in school at Shaw, back in the early '70s, and I made some notes in one of my books as to what I wanted to be, what I wanted to do, and really I wanted to be a banker too. I wanted to, so yeah, I liked real estate, but I wanted to be somebody, and of course I always wanted to be a lawyer, but I had some fallbacks in case it didn't work out. But God blessed me to become a lawyer, and and I'm proud of it. I'm proud to be a lawyer, proud to be a member of the Florida Bar. We practice in all 50 states throughout the country. I mean, just making things happen. And in closing, let me say this: life is about uh, what have not so much of what have you done for yourself, but what have you done for the least of these, those who are less fortunate than you are. What have you done for the downtrodden, the homeless? And and that's important. That's serious business, because you got to understand, but for somebody, and I don't care who you are, how smart you are, how great you think you are, there was somebody who played a part in you being what you are. And if you're successful, Godspeed. I'm happy for you. But just remember, don't look down on anybody. Just because you may have the degrees, you may have the money, you may have the power, the success is there, you've made it, you're a lawyer, you're a doctor, you're an engineer, you're a business person, whatever the case may be. Don't look down on anybody unless you're picking them up. And as you climb the ladder of success, reach back, grab a hand, pull someone along with you. Because at the end of the day, as I said, you're not going to be judged by what you've done for yourself. But you're going to be judged by what you've done for the least of these. I don't know about you, but I want my name written in the Lamb's Book of Life. When I say, well, what do you want them to say about you? Well, I want you to say this and nothing else. I tried. In all of my endeavors, I tried to help somebody who was less fortunate than Willie Gary.